The ANC was pro-poor. It is no longer pro-poor. It's pro-middle class. That's why we have those huge salaries that are being paid to the middle class in the public sector. It's no longer pro-poor. That's why it can casually impose a huge cost on the poor. Because remember, who has taken the ANC from being a majority party to being a minority party? It's the poor who have abandoned it, who have stopped voting for it. So the ANC doesn't see the poor as its constituency anymore because they feel the poor, especially the African and colored poor, they don't see them as their constituency because they are no longer voting for them.
Sanibona, ngaphambi singene kwivideo namuhla ngithi angithathe lethuba ngibonge isupport nothandeni isikhombise lona lingaphezulu kokucabanga kwethu. Siyacela niqhubeke nisupporte njalo ngokubuka amavideo ethu, ungakhohlwa ukucomment, ushare, ulike. Siyafisa ukuzwa umbono wakho. Sicela ke singene kwivideo namuhla. Uma ngithi ngingena ku-X yaziwa ngeTwitter, ngisithelwa pheka nansi post okanye article ibhalwe ngomhla ka-24 kuDisemba 2025 ebhalwa uMalcolm. Ithi South Africa has over 37,830 millionaires in government. Sengiba curious ukuthi abantu abangaka bangama-millionaires in government. Isho ukuthini le post? Ngabe isho abantu abakuba position ka-government? Uma sengiyifunda ikhuluma nge-commission ebikhona eyarecommend ukuthi ama-salaries ama-public servants funeka akhuphuke ngo-4.1% if I'm not mistaken.
If upresident uzenzile i-recommendations zabo zakhe ze-increment za-increase ka-4.1% kwi-public office bearers, is-annual salary yabo izayotsho kule mali ekwesi scale sikuzo ngoku on top of i-benefits. Hayi ziyapeya shem, andifuna ungatsho hayi
Sengithi angeke ngizihluphe ngalolu daba, ngifuna ukwazi ukuthi okuyikona kona okwenzakalayo nokuyikho ikuphi. Sengiyibonile ivideo kasisi lo, kodwa ayichazi ngokwanele. Into ayisho nje ubabazi ukuthi hey, uma ngabe upresident ezoyisayina noma ezoyimplementa lama recommendations, hayi imali yabo izokhuphuka.
A salary increase is on the cards for public office bearers. That's if the president gives the nod. The Independent Commission for the Remuneration of Public Office Bearers says the salary hike is an adjustment for the cost of living. If approved, this could see the president earning more by over 137,000 rand a year, bringing his salary to 3.4 million annually. The deputy president could get an annual increase of just under 130,000 rand a year, bringing his salary to 3.2 million a year. Cabinet ministers could see a salary hike of 110,000 rand. Deputy ministers, the speaker, premiers, executive mayors, and the chief justice could also see higher salaries. The auditor general could see her salary go up by 233,000 rand, bringing her annual salary to just under 6 million. The public protector could see an increase of over 106,000 rand a year, bringing her annual salary to 2.7 million.
Yazi kusuka namhlanje sengiyaqonda kungani abantu abaningi babe nomlomo bakhulume uma bengakangena eParliament. Okuwest khona make benziwa ama-minister banikezwa ama-post athula umuntu okhona kube sengathi akazi akhulume. Bengaqondi sonke lesikhathi ukuthi isizathu esenza lokho ukuthi hey kuyabuswa lapha. Imagine nje kuno-minister, kuno-deputy minister, i-post useless ukwedlula wonke ama-post engiwaziyo. Emaphoyiseni kuno-deputy minister ababili, kodwa ngesikhathi kufuneka umuntu ozoba yi-acting minister yamaphoyisa for 2 weeks akuthathwanga noyedwa wabo, yet bahola imali eningi. Uma engasayikhuphula uRamaphosa bazothola 2.3 million. Ngesikhathi lo omunye khona lapha eParliament bambuza umsebenzi wakhe yini, wathi no minister akaba assign imisebenzi for over a year, uthola imali kodwa wenzi lutho, uhola nje for ungenzi lutho. Isimo esiphala phansi kwaso iyabuthwa imali. nalo sisi lo advocate uCaleka angisamsoli kungani akhethe ukuba i-president protector. Namanje nje upresident mayengasayini uzothola 2.7 million per year. Ningabi leyo mali le. So nami nje ngiyimi bengingasayita no president. Phela isiZulu sasingadlali noma kwakungashiwa ama jokes uma kuthiwa ayikhonkoti nethambo. Kwakungadlalwa. Kwakukhulunywa iqiniso ukuthi ayikhonkoti nethambo. Ngitheke uma ngenza research yami ngathola ukuthi kwake kwaba ne debate mayelana nayo lama recommendations ngonyaka ophelile ngicela uzwe la.
President should be ashamed of himself for accepting this salary increase under the current economic circumstances. He has failed to grow the economy, refuses to grant public servants an inflation-adjusted wage increase, and is unwilling to increase social grants. He is the same president who have cancelled the 350 released grant, yet we want to increase his salary. This is the same man who presented to us that he is a billionaire and is having his own money. A billionaire that stuffed his cushions and couches and beds and pillows full of US dollars that he didn't declare at SARS, he didn't declare at the Revenue Bank. That is the same billionaire that today is asking this House to adopt an increase. If I was Mr. Ramaphosa, I would have said to my comrades, don't bring this here because you are just embarrassing me. But because he's money hungry, he's greedy, he accepts such proposals to increase his salary. Meanwhile, workers are told they cannot accept salary increases because the economy is struggling. These are the people who deserve wage increases, not Mr. Ramaphosa. That was proclaimed the billionaire president. That today want this House to accept his billionaire, his increase of his salary. There are many police stations that doesn't have enough police vehicles, doesn't have enough police officers. But Mr. Ramaphosa is coming to this House seeking for some increase. There are many communities and universities that doesn't have enough universities and TVET colleges, but yet we are here seeking an increase for Mr. Ramaphosa. He should be ashamed of himself and not accepted this and not even bring this motion here.
Sekuyo nje le debate Mzwanele Manyi we-MK Party uma yena ethule zakhe izethulo mayelana nalolu daba wakhuluma kanje.
To approve a salary increase of Mr. Ramaphosa. While the Commission operates independently, this recommendation, along with Mr. Ramaphosa's likely acceptance, raises serious concerns about ethical leadership and its insensitivity to the struggles of ordinary South Africans. At a time when civil servants are denied salary increases and face the threat of retrenchments under the guise of cost-cutting and under collection by SARS, approving a salary increase for Mr. Ramaphosa is an insult to the nation. It sends a disturbing message that the burden of austerity must be borne only by the poor working class, while the privileged few cruise nicely. South Africans are enduring a period of immense economic hardship, with soaring unemployment, rising inequality, and deepening poverty. Public servants, the backbone of service delivery, are being asked to sacrifice, yet the head of state, a billionaire with immense personal wealth, including game farms, stands to gain further from the public purse, where the Gogos also contribute. This is insane. This is immoral. It must also be asked whether this alleged shortfall in Mr. Ramaphosa's remuneration since 2018, when he initially declined salary increases, hasn't already been compensated by the yet-to-be-accounted-for Phala dollars under the mattresses and sofas, or the sale of the buffaloes that were allegedly sold but never collected. Today, we are asked to forget about the findings of the Section 89 panel, which found that Mr. Ramaphosa has a prima facie case to answer for allegedly violating his oath of office in terms of Corruption Act, PRECA, foreign exchange regulations, and tax evasion. Honorable members, the decision that this House is asked to make today cannot be viewed lightly or in isolation. It has no single atom of altruism. It reflects a broader trend in societal rot. The trend of prioritizing the enrichment of a political elite over the well-being of the people. True leadership demands humility, sacrifice, solidarity, and selflessness, not luxury and entitlement. The MK Party rejects this unjustified salary adjustment in the strongest terms. It is a betrayal of the public trust and an affront to millions of struggling South Africans who queue up for a mere 350.
Njengoba sazi ukuthi iParliament is a game of numbers. Lama recommendations aphasa ngoba iANC ihlangane neDA bebodwa nje bayi majority. Bayawenza 60-50 plus. So ngaleso sizathu ukuthi kufika oRise Mzansi, kufika oBosa, kufika oIFP nePA, suke vele sebazi ukuthi iDA mayisayidini labo isuke seyiphasile leyo noma yini esuke ikhulunywa ngaleso sikhathi, as long as bezwana. Futhi iDA yayingeke lenze iphutha lokuthi be against lama recommendations ngoba kuno minister babo abazo benefit, so babe ngeke baze balenze iphutha lokuba against le motion. Kanti ubaba uMoeletsi Mbeki wake wakhuluma kanje.
We have the most expensive public service in the world as a percentage of GDP, of gross domestic product of South Africa. There was a report produced a couple of years ago looking at the wage bill of the South African government. It was produced by the International Monetary Fund. Even they were shocked. The South African public service consumes 16% of gross domestic product as pay to the public service. Similar countries to South Africa, like Thailand, Indonesia, Chile, in South America, it's only 6%. So we have a hugely paid public service, which frankly, the question about its efficiency, the jury is out on that. But we have a hugely overpaid public service, which is a mega cost to the economy. The government can go there and reduce the cost of the public service.
Ngabanga nje maqhathaniswa nomhlaba wonke. Umhlaba wonke ayamazwe athiza seAfrica. Uma qhathaniswa nomhlaba wonke, South Africa ihamba phambili ekukhokheleni ama public servants wayo. Hayi siya leader. Kodwa le mali iphuma kubakhokhi bentela. Futhi engifisa singakukhohlwa kusibuse engqondweni zethu ukuthi kubi ANC ne majority iVAT ngabe u17%. iVAT ngabe u17% kubi ANC bin majority. Okunye futhi efuna ngikukhumbuze khona ukuthi budget yemaphoyiseni ikhathiwe. Amaphoyisa they are underfunded. The South African Defence Force is underfunded. Ayifundwanga ngokwanele ukuze ikwazi ukunaka zonke izidingo zayo. Ngiyakhumbula nje ukuthi eKZN kwakufuneka amaphoyisa awu-25,000 kodwa kwagcinwa kurecruitwe 19,000 ngoba imali ingenele. Ngiyakukhumbuza nje nalokho. Masakhuluma ngodaba lwe-tax, ngidibane nanantu udaba ngicela uzwe la.
Apparently, it's not enough that as South Africans we are dealing with that horrible looming NHI bill, petrol prices that make you want to cry, $1 to rand that should actually be 7 rand, and obviously the poor economy that we're living in right now. No, now they want to tax us more. So the chairman of the SABC, I think his name is Katuchero Ramukumba, excuse my pronunciation if I pronounced it wrong. He basically just admitted that the TV license is dead. It's finished, it's unsustainable and no longer relevant. But guess what the potential solution is? A universal tech-neutral public media levy that will be collected by SARS. Or basically, instead of a TV license, they want a household tax for basically just existing, even if all you do is watch cat videos on YouTube. this model that's being used by Germany where basically everybody pays around 360 Rand a month for just consuming content. Obviously, the currency in Germany is much stronger, so I don't think it's going to be 360 Rand a month per se, but they are trying to make us pay something and they are planning on putting it in our tax, which is a problem for me. Can you believe it? As if we're not already financially overstretched. Yo, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments.
Vota ngonyaka ozayo. Fanele sivote wisely. Nango 2029 sivote wisely. Manje bafuna ukufaka i-levy per household. For uyabona nje usho kahle sesimayithi for ukuthi uya-exista nje funeka ukhokhe i-tax. For ukuthi uya-exista. Ngoba banendaba uthi i-TV uyayibuka, inhlelo ze-SABC uyazibuka noma uzibuki, noma uzibukela i-content ku-YouTube, ubhadala i-Netflix, uzibukele kwi-smart TV yakho, kodwa bafuna ukufaka i-tax. Ozobhadala wena kunemali kodwa kusala uzoyibhadala. Okusho ukuthi i-tax for abantu base-South Africa akayizukwehla, iyenyuka. Yazi iyenyuka. Ngithe mangilalela ngathi hayi mhlambe lo sisi akachazanga kahle. Athi ngilande omunye umuntu ozochaza mhlambe uzozwa makusho yena. Cela uzwe la.
I know you didn't ask, but I'm going to tell you anyway. TV licenses in South Africa are finally ending. The SABC admitted the system is dead. But before you celebrate, let me tell you what's replacing it, and you're not going to like it. Right now, in 2025, TV license avoidance has hit 85%. That's up from 69% in 2019. Only 15% of South Africans are paying their TV licenses. The other 85% said nah and got away with it. The SABC billed 5 billion Rand in TV license fees last year. They collected 758 million. That's a loss of 4.2 billion. The system is dead. Nobody watches SABC anymore. We all know this. The Department of Communications appointed a company called BMI Technology to design a new funding model. The final proposal is expected by February 6, 2026. But here's the part they're not screaming about. You're still going to pay. The leading replacement will be a universal, device-neutral household levy collected by SARS, the South African Revenue Service. So let me translate this. Instead of paying 265 Rand per year for owning a TV, every household in South Africa will pay a levy. Whether you watch SABC or not, whether you own a TV or not, whether you even want SABC to exist or not. This model is based on Germany's Rundfunk Beitrag and Laselkammerpatnad. How the system works is where every household pays a public broadcasting fee regardless of consumption. In Germany, it's about 18 euros per month. That's around 360 Rand per month, or 4,300 Rand per year. Now, they haven't announced the exact amount for South Africa yet, but if it's anywhere close to Germany's model, you'll be paying way more than the current 265 Rand per year. And here's the kicker. SARS will collect it. That means if you don't pay, it's not just the SABC sending you letters you can ignore. It's SARS, the same people who can garnish your salary, freeze your bank account, and make your life hell if you owe them money. Communications Minister Solly Malatsi also floated another idea, a levy on streaming platforms like Netflix, YouTube Premium, etc. So you're already paying 200 plus per month for Netflix, and now they want to add an SABC tax on top of that. Meanwhile, the SABC has 4 billion Rand in liabilities, but they have 2,234 employees earning an average of 54,000 Rand per month. Top management earns up to 1.6 million Rand annually. The SABC is broke because nobody watches them. They've been mismanaged for decades. Senior executives are earning millions, and the solution is to force every household to pay for it through SARS. So if you thought dodging TV license letters was a victory, think again. By 2026, there won't be letters. There will be a mandatory household levy collected by SARS. You won't be able to ignore it, and you'll be paying more than you were before. whether you watch SABC or not.
Ane, welcome to South Africa. Kuzwa namasu. Bayabona ukuthi manje abantu sebebuka iYouTube, Netflix. Kuzwana ukuthi kungenzeka kanjani ukuthi kube khona i-tax, kube ne-levy ezokhokhwa. For ukuthi nje wena ungene ubukela iYouTube, funa kube ne-levy ozoyikhokha, funa kube nemali abazoyithola. Angazi nokuthi ngithini. Ngicela ukuza ukuphola kwakho la comment section. Ngizwe ukuthi wena ubona kanjani kulonke nje lolu daba esilixoxayo. Kuthiwa omunye ngiyangithi mayiqala ivideo ngithi ngiyafisa ukuza ukuphola kwakho, kodwa ngiphinde ngicomplain futhi mina ngabantu abangafuni ukusebenzisa ingqondo noma abantu abavilaphisa umqondo wabo. So ama-comment avumelekile, kodwa asingacomment for the sake of comment. Asicomment esakhane, asicomment esixoxe, asicomment esibonisane. Uma unolwazi sifundisane, ngoba kusiza ngani ukuthi ucommente nje for the sake of commenting, okanye ucommente ngenzondo. Ekugcineni kosuku ngeke izisize ngalutho. Mina nawe nje angeke sisize ngalutho. Nasi isihloko sikhuluma ngaso manje sika President Ramaphosa, ukuthi funeka asayine lama salary increase. Uma usuqhamuka wena ukhuluma ngemadlanga commission, ulindele ukuthi ngithini? Funa ngikuncome kushaya izandla ngithi ngoba ucommentile. Ibalekile comment yakho, ungezwe kahle, kodwa ayikihlala esihlokweni esixoxa ngaso ukuze sizokhula, ukuze umuntu ongazi ozongena ku comment section afunde kube nolwazi alitholayo. Uyazi mangithola ivideo esuke interesting noma kuthiwa ikhuluma ngani esuke interesting nje, ngiyibuka, ngingena ku comment section ngifunda ukuthi bathini abantu, ngoba kunemibuzo mhlawumbe ngisuke ngenayo nami kodwa impendulo ngizithole ku comment section, ngoba kusuke kuyindawo la sixoxa khona. Futhi angeke nginibonge, siyaxabana la, yaphambana imibono yethu, kodwa sikaze sathukana. Hayi, khona kwezinye indawo la ke kuthukane khona kubizwane ngokuthi kuthi kanyoko nobani bani. Cha, lokho ke anginibonge kakhulu ngoba angikaze ngakubona kwenzeka futhi angikufisi ukukubona kwenzeka. Indlela esihloniphana ngayo ngiyayithanda, ngoba noma kuphambana imibono yethu iphambana nje iphelele ekuthenini ukuthi iphambene, siqhubeke. Kwenzeke kwesinye isikhathi angikhumbuza omunye ukuthi yabona ngathi ngikutshela waphika. Into enhle leyo ngoba siyakhula, imibono yethu ayifani, asicabanga ngokufana, asibuka izinto ngokufana. Uma kwenzekile ngabuka izinto ngalendlela, wena kanti ubona ngale, wayiveza, kukhona la ngibona khona ukuthi wayiqinisile usibanibani ngoba washo lento. So ngiyayibonga nje indlela esikhuluma ngayo la ku comment section. Sengathi nganda le ndlela nje sikhuluma ngayo yenza ukuthi ngikhuthale ukwenza amavideo. Ngikhuthale ukwenza amavideo noma ama-views ngathiwa ngaleso sikhathi awekho maningi ngoba ikhathi lezi ayifani, kodwa ngiyakhuthala ukwenza amavideo. Ngiyabonga kakhulu. Naba-like ivideo ngiyabonga kakhulu. Asiqhubeke, asidibane kwivideo elandelayo.